Okay, so we are back. I don't know, my stream broke off at some point. But whatever, let's continue. We were in the middle of discussing Explore, and I compared it to Growth Spiral. So, thing is, Explorer is at sorcery speed and Growth Spiral is instant speed, so I like it better. Thing is, one moment where it's better is... One sec, my dog wants to come in. Okay, I just let her in. And the moment where it's better, the Growth Spiral than the Explorer than the Growth Spiral, is when you cast it and you don't have a land in hand. And Explore allows you to play the land throughout your turn. So if you draw cards later on, after you played the Explore, you can still play a land with the cards that you continued drawing throughout the turn. So that's the only moment where I would say Explore is better. Other than that, Growth Spiral I think outclasses Explore. If you can play Growth Spiral, you would probably play it rather than Explore, or play both. So it's worse. Is it the worst? Like, is it clunky already? It just replaces itself, right? But it can play a land, so yeah, let's leave it there for a moment. Maybe I will change my mind later on. Next up we have Rishkar's Expertise. For 6 mana we have a sorcery that allows you to draw cards equal to the greatest power among creatures that I have. And then I can play something for 3 that costs 5 or less. So it's at sorcery. I find it quite clunky, I have to say. Like, it's at sorcery speed. And if the creature is removed in reaction to me playing Rishkar's Expertise, I draw less cards, and if I don't draw something interesting or don't already have something interesting, the Expertise isn't also the best card to play. Like, the rise of the Wild Speaker is, in my opinion, better, because you can also play it at instant speed to a board wipe, while the Rishkar's Expertise you can't. So there's that. That's why I think it's a little bit clunky. Oh right, because the stream broke off. It's already in here. Forgot to take that one out to get back. So this one we put into the clunky category. It's good in the sense that you can already. But other than that, I think it's too clunky to be included or played in decks, in most decks. If you ramp a lot and play a turn 4, it could be interesting. But then you need something big on the board. Sign in Blood is next. You can kill players, I don't know if you knew. You can target a player that has 2 or less life and kill him or them. You draw 2 cards and lose 2 life. I like just the simple fact that you can actually use it to draw more cards than you had before. So that's why I put it into the attractive category. I don't know. The sorcery speed kind of... This also is still in there, I'm sorry. The sorcery speed kind of makes it a little bit slower. So, and the 2 black pips also kind of makes it harder to cast, but I think the fact that it replaces itself and gives you a card more makes it a lot better. Opt. Opt is a card that I grew up with from Invasion with Hannah on the artwork here. But I don't think it's a great card in Commander. Like, you scry 1 and you draw 1 card, it just replaces itself. It's worse than these, right? It's already here. I'm sorry, I didn't remove all the cards, I guess. I skipped some to remove. Let's check if there's still more. Yeah, this one, for example, is also still here. Sorry, forgot to replace those or put them back. Let's hope that's the Here's for the rest now. Opt, yeah, I put it here in basic category since it just replaces itself, doesn't really give you more cards, and therefore I don't think it's better than Sensor's Divining Top since you can scroll even further. So yeah, there's that. Idol of Oblivion. For 2 mana you can tap it to draw a card, but only if you created a token. And for 8 you can tap it and create a very big token, but I don't know. Like, you play it in very specific decks. Any token decks, there it's good. Also not the best, but it's cheap, it doesn't produce mana, so yeah. I found it a little clunky. I don't find it bad in token decks, you know, like if you play token strategy included, since you will draw many cards, it's better than a Phyrexian Arena, since you can draw cards right away if you created a token that turn, and yeah, it can replace itself at some point by sacrificing, but doesn't have to. Great Henge. Great Henge is amazing. You normally just pay 2, because you will have a creature with the greatest power that will reduce its mana cost by a lot. And then it just replaces the mana that you just spent and is a mana rock, and you gain 2 life. And not only do you put +1/+1 counters on creatures, non-token creatures that enter, but you also draw a card. And this is just busted. Like, it's probably not better than these, because if you don't have a very big creatures, it's like more expensive. But there is a reason why this card costs 40 bucks, 50 bucks, 40, 50 bucks. They will reprint it over and over again. They put it into the Lord of the Rings set, so maybe it will come down to 20 bucks at some point again if it gets a bigger reprint. But as you can see, like, I would own one if it wasn't that expensive, but I'm currently focusing on Pauper and Vintage set cubes. And this was just too expensive to keep around for a card that is also kind of hated, you know, like, if you see it, you have to remove it, right? It's a little too strong. So, yeah, that's why I put it there. And I feel good about this. This has to be included in any green deck. You will have many creatures, and some are big, and then it's cheaper, and it draws you many cards. Knight's Whisper. Knight's Whisper, very similar to Sign in Blood, costs only 1 black pip, but focuses on you, so you cannot kill players with it, so it's a little worse, but again, it gives you a card more than you spent for it, so just slightly worse than Sign in Blood, but still great inclusion. Big Score, on the other hand, I wouldn't put that high. So for 4 we also have to discard another card, then we draw 2, so it replaces itself in the card that you discarded. You get 2 tokens back, 2 treasure tokens. I don't know. If you copy it, it's good. It's instant speed. I have it in my Calabax, which copies instant spells. So then you draw 4 for 4 mana. Now that's a different discussion, but other than that, nope, a little too clunky. Question is better than I don't know why that is also still in there. Better than Thrill of Possibility? I think so, because you get 2 treasures, though it costs 4. Nah, I think I will keep it here. It costs 4 mana, you know, like, if you copy it, it gets interesting, but other than that, nope. So, what is up next? I think we just repeated stuff, right? Oh man. Kinda sucks that the stream broke off. But I mean, like, yeah, maybe some people didn't watch till the end. We can cut that out later on. But we already did those. I was wondering why these were still in there, but we were at Explore. Oh man. So chaotic. So, Vanquisher's Banner. Orcish Bowmaster doesn't draw you cards, but Vanquisher's Banner does. And you want to include it in any tribal kindred decks, right? So you choose a creature type, they get +1/+1, and every creature that you cast with that type draws you a card. The only thing I think that holds it off is the mana costs. Other than that, it's great in any Kindred deck. So it's a basic card. You would include it anywhere. It draws you so many cards. And if you don't play a Kindred deck, you don't want to play it. But other than that, you do. Similarly, Shamanic Revelation also costs 5. And you draw a card for each creature you control. So a bonus is that you get 4 life for each bigger creature that you control. But now, comparing it to the Wild Speaker, Return of the Wild Speaker, you don't have to have a big creature, but you can also draw a whole bunch of cards for tokens, which this one doesn't. But Return of the Wild Speaker allows you to also possibly kill a player, which Shamanic Revelation doesn't. So that's why I would put it 1 tier down. Where is it? There. I think still it's better than the Black Market Connection, because Black Market Connection triggers next turn, and then you still don't draw as many cards as the Revelation would. I think, or any combination like green-red or green-white, I think you would. If you play blue or black with green, you wouldn't anymore. So I think there's like the difference. If you play white or red, you would include it. Like, where would I put it? Like, I think it's a basic card, and it allows you to draw more cards than you spend by casting it. So, and green has the ability to ramp, you know, like normally you play this turn 2 or 3 latest, normally, if you have it in your hand. So yeah, I think it's good. I think I would put it up here. I think it's still playable. Might be outclassed at some point, but I think currently it's playable. Now, Guardian Project I would compare to a Great Henge, though not as powerful, since it doesn't have the mana rod, life gain, and +1/+1 counter option. But you draw a card whenever you play a non-token creature that you don't have on the battlefield or graveyard. But graveyard, like, you don't play it in a deck that allows you multiple copies in a deck. So yeah, this can draw a whole bunch of cards, and I find it very attractive. How attractive though? Like, I think it's the best of the A tier, right? Like, you have Skull Clamp, you have the Ring, but all of these don't draw you that many cards that fast. Like, you play a Llanowar Elf, you draw a card, you know? And the Uprising, Garruk's Uprising, only allow you to draw cards when you play creatures with power 4 or greater. So it's 1 mana less, gives trample, but also Guardian Project just simply, whenever you play anything in form of creatures, you draw cards. Yeah, so that's why I like it that much. Read the Bones is next. Now, Read the Bones, I think, can be quite powerful, since you also scry 2, then you draw 2 cards, and then you lose 2 life. So it costs 3. It's sorcery speed, so it's not the best combo, but it still gives you more cards than you started with, which is what I think is what counts here. Would I put it in A tier though? It costs 3. I think this is why I would put it into B tier. But around the level of Harmonize, I think. Maybe a little bit worse than the Black Market Connections. Since Black Market Connections also has so many options, and Read the Bones only once. Yeah, I think I feel good with this one. Inspiring Call. For 3, and I don't think that many people know this card. You draw a card for each creature with a +1/+1 counter on it, and you protect your creatures for a turn by giving them indestructible. So you can protect yourself, your creatures, from a board wipe with that one. Instant speed. I wouldn't put it into a deck only to protect my creatures, but if I play +1/+1 counter strategies, like, this is great, you know? And there are many decks that do that. Would I put it into the B category? It draws you most of the time more cards than you have, like than you use by casting this. You easily draw 2 cards, right? Then read the bones. If you don't play a +1/+1 counter strategy, you wouldn't even play it at all. But if you do, it's great. Yeah, that feels good. Archmage Emeritus. This one was a bundle promo, so I still have this one sealed in my Strixhaven bundle. You draw a card for each sorcery or instant that you cast. So this one is the blue variant of the Beast Whisperer. For 4 you get a 2/3 that allows you to draw cards for each creature. There's a 2/2 and allows you to draw cards for instant sorceries. I think most instant sorceries that you cast are quite cheap, while the big stompy decks that play green play more expensive spells, I think. So that's why I would put this here. I think this is the best that basic can do. If you play a blue deck, you want this guy, I think. You play a control spell, you draw another card. Isn't that like, that's really good. You play a counter spell, you draw another card, and probably another counter. Yeah. Put that in. Next up, Braids. I've played against Braids Arisen Nightmare as a commander like 2 or 3 times, and I was underwhelmed. Like, for 3 you got the 3/3, and at the beginning of the end step you can sacrifice artifact, creature, enchantment, land, or planeswalker. Everyone has to do the same, or they lose 2 life and you draw a card if they don't do that. So they have to sacrifice the same type. If they don't, they lose 2 life and you draw a card. You can play it politically, like telling them you will sacrifice this certain annoying creature, artifact, whatever, and then no one is allowed to sack something, and then you can draw a whole bunch of cards. I don't know if many people will do that, but maybe. Or you team up with 1 or 2 people and draw some cards. There could be some interesting political stuff there. In the 99, I don't know. Maybe I should try it out. Like, in the 99 it also sounds interesting, but also the downside is if everyone can sacrifice a certain type, and if they do, they prevent you from drawing at all. And then you paid 3 to sack a thing, and everyone had to sack their worst thing of that thing. You know, like, can't really target anything. But I do like the political side of this, so let's put this into P, and I might try it out in the next black deck that I built, since it possibly draws 3 cards if no one has or wants to sacrifice a card of that type. Now, Kindred Discovery. This one again is a Kindred card. This is also, I think, where the name comes from, right? From the Kindred cycle. Enchantment, and you choose a creature type, and whenever a creature enters or attacks of that type, you draw a card. This is amazing. It's a really good card. So it is really good. All blue decks that that play a certain type wanna include this card, right? If you don't, because you don't have blue, but it's a really solid card draw card. Similar, in my opinion, to these here. And the fact that you also get cards for attacking is amazing. It's really good. You can also blink creatures, you're playing blue, you draw more cards. It costs 5, that's the only downside in my opinion. Now, Sanitarium. The guy reached Sanitarium enters untapped, and you can pay 2 to draw a card and then discard a card. This again could be played politically, so maybe someone needs to filter some stuff or needs to find something, maybe a land. You could also play it at the end of your opponent's turn, just before your turn, to just filter your hand or annoy people or to recurse something that you want in your graveyard. So it's very versatile. I like it. I think I like it better than... Do I like it better than War Room, actually? Just because it has more options. Yeah. Though, yeah, it doesn't give you more cards, you know? That's another thing. You don't want it in all your decks now, do you? Just because of the political factor and the fact that you can reanimate stuff is great, but you can also do that with like Faithless Looting, reanimation stuff. Let's put it here. I was a little bit more energetic about it a moment ago, but now that I realize, yeah, it's not the best card, you know? Like, in specific decks it's great, but in most decks it's not the best card. It's a little bit clunky. Toski now. Now Toski in a green deck, creatures have to attack uncounterable and indestructible. He's really good. For 4 mana, like a what's it called? A Curiosity? Was it Curiosity? Curiosity? Yeah. When it deals combat damage, you draw a card. This is a really good card. I mean, if it wouldn't have been reprinted that often, it would have been like a $10 card. But it has many Commander deck reprints and their promos. Like, oh god. Secret layers. Yeah. It can draw you a whole bunch of cards, similar to the Kindred Discovery. I even think it's better, since it's not that restricting, in the sense that you're playing green, you're probably attacking, so you're gonna draw cards, you know? Is it better than B tier? Like, is it attractive? Would I put it in any green deck? I would put it in most green decks. Like, I would put it into the attractive category, maybe. Like, it's so hard to get rid of as well. You have to exile it, or have to have someone sacrifice it or something. Like, yeah, this is really good. Really good card. Let me know if you disagree in any way. Like, I would also like to have some discussions, or like in the sense of like the order as well in the different categories. There's a link in the description if you want to play along, or if you joined later, or watch this video after the stream. You can also check out the link and do it yourself and share it with anyone. Now we have what? 4 more cards, and I hope you enjoyed this video. Hope you enjoyed this stream. We have 4 more. We have this land here, which is Minas Tirith. So it's a white land, a Universe Beyond crossover card. Let's see what it does. I actually don't really know, because I didn't really care about crossover cards, since I don't want to include them in my normal decks usually. It enters tap unless I control a legendary creature. Now in Commander that shouldn't be too hard. I guess this would enter like untapped like 80% of the time. It adds 4 white, so that's nice. Not only colorless like the Gyreach Sanitarium. And you can draw a card, but only if you're tagged with 2 more creatures this turn. You have to pay 3 in total to draw 1 card. It's like a Phyrexian Arena then, right? But yeah, with an upkeep cost. I don't think it's the best card to draw cards with. If you're really bored, sure. It's similar to the Sanitarium then, but also gives you just like more mana. Yeah, I guess it's better than the Sanitarium. So up there, I wouldn't use it for card draw in general. Like, I want to use my mana for other stuff, you know? It's, in my opinion, worse than a Phyrexian Arena. Now, the Bident of Tassa. It's like a curiosity. You can draw cards whenever you deal damage to a player. And there is also a goad ability that forces your opponents to attack anyone. Could also attack you, but they have to attack all of their creatures. It's interesting. I never or rarely use the second ability, but the first one, I do play it. In my Raffine deck, for example, Raffine aggro deck. It's probably, it only costs 3, right? 4. I'm thinking about the basic tier here. Like, is it better than the Kindred Discovery? Because no, it's not. Because Kindred Discovery also draws you cards when you play like slivers in a sliver deck, right? So, and blue isn't the most attacking color, right? So maybe around here, I think. Because this is very versatile, but this is also very specific, and so is this one. So last 2 cards. Let's go with Unexpected Windfall and then the Strix. Tribute doesn't draw you cards, right? Oh, it does. Where did that one go? I think we forgot that one. Let's put this in there. I don't know what happened. Don't know where this one went. Click here. Let's drag that one in. Nope, that didn't work. Drag it in. One sec. Go to the edit page. There we are. Well, now we're on the same page. Now, why doesn't it want me to do that? Weird. Well, I guess whatever. We already have 50, so that's okay. I think it's okay. Where would I put it if I had it? If I had it in here? Let's see. Probably around the B tier. Let's see. Whenever a creature enters, draw a card or put 2 counters on it. Yeah, it's like a Guardian Project, but worse, since it has to have a certain power. So right around the Garruk's Uprising, I think, somewhere in between. So now, last 2. Unexpected Windfall, I think is similarly, I think it's the same card, right? It's the same card as Big Score. Identical, just different names. So you could play the Office meme, they are the same card. Yeah, not much to say here. Now lastly, and I think we will end the stream here then, the Baleful Strix. I think is still a very playable card. It replaces itself, but it also has Death Touch, which is quite scary, or can be quite scary. And I think it's still a solid card. Let's put it right around here, because I think you can use it to scare your opponent. You can still hit someone with it. No one will block it. And then it draws your card if you copy it, if you blink it, if you reanimate it, you always draw a card. So really, really solid card. This is a rare now. Interesting. it was an uncommon back in the day. Well, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you disagree with me, if you watch this video later, do let me know in the comments how you would change it up. If you would have put a card somewhere entirely different. And let me know your favorite card draw in the comments below. And I hope to see you in the next video.